The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, welcome everybody on this cool winter night. I hope you're all comfortable at home there. I know that I certainly am. My name's Sandra Kreitenberg and my husband Rick is online with me tonight. Rick, are you there?
I am. Evening all.
What we're here to discuss tonight is the Jubilee business model. Now, some of you may have already seen this. Some of you, it's probably your first time to have a look at it. This is an extremely exciting business opportunity that is very, very different. And I know you've probably heard that before. Same old, but no. Honestly, for the first time, it really is different. So what I'd like to do is kick the night off by asking you all a question. And that question is, where would you be today financially if you had had a small share in any of these companies before they got started? Now, I'm talking the likes of Google, eBay, and Amazon. And how would you like to earn just a small amount of money every time somebody bought from one of those sites? Now, I can guarantee that you're saying absolutely, because I know that that was my answer when I was asked that question. So what is Jubilee? And why does it give you the chance to do exactly that, earn a little bit of money every time somebody buys online? Well, Jubilee is a two-part company, and it's a little bit challenging to get your head around to start with, but what actually happens is that the first part of it is an auction house now and a shopping portal, and you can see that on the left side of your screen. On the right side of the screen you can see that we have the network which sits behind the auction house or sits behind the customers, and you'll get a better feel for that as we go along. What I'd like to do right now is actually bring up the Jubilee site for you to have a look at. And what you're going to see on your screen now is the United States site, so that you understand where we're at with Jubilee. Jubilee is not open yet in Australia. We're in what we call a pre-launch mode, which means that Jubilee has announced that they're opening here in Australia, but they don't officially open their auction site or bring it online until the spring of this year, around October. So we have a window in which we can actually take advantage of the fact that nobody, or not many people in Australia, know that Jubilee is coming here. So everything that I'm going to be talking about tonight will apply to Australia, but what I'm going to be showing you at the moment is the United States site. So up on your screen you can see Gucci, iPod, DeLonghi, and a few other bits and pieces. Now what Jubilee is all about is high-end products. Jubilee have the auction site, and I'm going to explain the express auctions tonight and the zero bid and the unique bid, because we have three different types, and you may not have heard of all of these, but these are pretty exciting, and some of the deals that people are picking up on here are just amazing, really amazing. So what I'd like to show you is the type of products that they have listed on this auction site. Now it should be up on your screen in a moment. Let's have a look. The very first item that comes up on the screen is a multimedia projector. But before we go there, I'm sure that you can see that now, I'd like to draw your attention to the top right-hand corner of the page. Now, if you are sending a customer, I'm talking to you tonight as a potential licensee, but I'm going to talk to you about this site from the customer's perspective. So if you were sending a customer to this site, the first thing you would do is draw their attention to the top right-hand corner where it says how it works. The customer can click on that. There's an auditory information, and there's also written information for them to read. Now the second thing that you need to look at and be aware of is on the left-hand side of the page where it says best price guarantee. Now what does that mean? It means that if a customer purchases something from one of these auction sites and within 14 days of buying they find from a reputable supplier the same product at a cheaper price, Jubilee will not only refund the difference, but they'll add a 10% bonus on top of that. So you know that your customer is going to get the very best price possible, because what Jubilee also guarantee or will say is that, and for so far everything that we've looked at, is that the price, the start price of all of their auctions is the cheapest online before it even gets started. So it's a pretty good deal. Now let me scroll down a little bit for you so that you can see a bit more of this page. The very first item on this page, and this is our Express Auctions, is the projector, as I mentioned before. Now you can see that the start price is $549.99, but you can't see what the current price is. It's actually hidden behind those question marks. Now, in order for your customer to see that price, first of all, the customer would want to be interested in it. Now, if your customer was interested in it, they would need to spend 1 credit. Now, what's a credit? A credit is worth 80 cents. When they show the price, when they click on Show Price, they spend 1 credit. 25 cents of that credit goes towards reducing the price of the product. So, rather than click on that one right now, I want to draw your attention to the completed auctions so that you can see what happens over here. The very first one on the right-hand side was a Mini Cooper S convertible. Now that's a car, obviously, a real one, obviously. Look at the price. $29,050 is what the start price of that car was when it was listed on the auction site. $25,017 is what it sold for. So there's a difference or a discount to the person that purchased that car of $4,033. So how did that happen? Remember I said every time somebody clicks on Show Price for an item, the cost of the product comes down by 25 cents. So $4,033 discount multiplied by 4, because there's 4 lots of 25 in every dollar, gives you just over 16,000 people clicked on Show Price. So 16,000 people clicked on Show Price. What does that mean for a licensee? That means that every time somebody clicks on Show Price, a licensee can earn up to 20 cents. So 16,000 clicks by 20 cents, that's not bad. But let me go in and show you now. Oh, but one other point before we leave here, I want to show you something else. It's not really an auction in the full sense of the term auction, in that it doesn't have a finish date, because the customer determines the finish date. With that mini miner, what happened is that 16,000 people clicked down to bring it down to the 25,017, and somebody just couldn't stand it any longer and said, I'm going to buy it. So you always have the option to buy that product. Now, if you can't see where I'm looking, it's actually on the right-hand side of the page under the photographs where the people are actually changing over here on the right-hand side. That's where you've got the different savings. There was a gift card here from Foot Locker. It started at $100 and somebody bought it for 25 cents. Now, obviously 25 cents was also, it has to include the 80 cents that they spent to show price. So I hope you're starting to get a little bit of a feel for how that site works. Now,